Wow, I look like a troll.
Hey everybody, it's Lesley Dale nervous eating. And Ellis Smith here, who's nervous on his computer. We're going to show you what we're doing. It is a crazy election night, that's for sure. We're back here in the newsroom. As you can tell, we've been to polls. We've been to Republican Watch Party at the DoubleTree downtown right when the results started coming in about 8. Then we went to Jefferson's for the Democratic Watch Party. That was probably about 9 o'clock. I think you looked at your watch.
And we were expecting at that time to have an idea of which direction this election was heading very quickly. But it got really close. And what are we seeing now?
A lot. I mean, all of our reporters are glued to the TVs and writing stories to update you guys on the web, and I'm going to show you what we've been working on, but it's really, really, really close, you guys. It could go either way, and I want to talk about the Dow, too, predicting a potential win for Trump, and we're going to go over and talk to our business editor, Dave Flussner, about what that means and how that all works. But let's first show what's been going on since we got back here on the digital end of things here in the newsroom.
Yeah, so this is the nerve center of our operation. One of the nerve centers, actually. There are several. We have many brains here.
Hence why the pizza.
So what we're doing is we're following this map here, and I'm going to zoom in on that so you can get a better look at it. And essentially what we are seeing is there were certain states that needed to go for Trump in order to give him, essentially a path to victory. And we're starting to see those states begin to lean in his direction a little bit, a couple of those. We're starting to see New Hampshire, which has 4 electoral votes. That's up for Trump, 48 to 45%. And I don't know if you can even see that, so I'm just going to bring all of us into the picture here.
Okay.
We've got North Carolina is up a bit, 50 to 46%. So that was another important state. We've talked about that for the last couple of days. That was one that, if that went for Hillary, we were pretty much going to call the election for Hillary, because he needed not 1, not 2, not 3, but a whole bunch of these different states that Mitt Romney was unable to secure previously. So Trump is at 150 right now. The Associated Press has got Trump at 150 electoral college votes. He needs 270 to win. Hillary, though, is still in it. She's got 109 electoral votes. Of the popular vote, Trump is up by about 2 million votes right now as we stand, and that's with just over half the. Let's see. Nope, Hillary just went up to 111. We're also following developments in the House and the Senate. The Democrats have picked up a seat in the Senate in Illinois, so that's important. No matter who the president is, if they don't have a Senate and a House behind them, or if they face opponents in the Congress, then it's going to be much harder for them to really do anything because of the way our government works. So if Democrats were to take the Senate and Trump were to win the presidency, he would have a very hard time, because the Senate, as you know, advises and consents on Supreme Court judges. Now, if Trump is able to have a Republican Senate, and it looks like he is going to have, if he wins, would have a Republican House, then you would see a lot more Republican-type things be able to happen, because you'd have the Congress could pass a law and the president would veto it.
Right.
It does not look like the Democrats have zero chance of winning the House. But again, the Senate's still kind of up in the air, so we'll see if any more seats go to the Democrats there. And again, this race is still very tight. They're still both more than 100 short. Trump, even though he's up pretty high right now over Hillary, he's got less than he needs another 100 at least electoral votes to win. That'll require him to pick up several states that haven't been called yet, like Georgia and North Carolina. It looks like they did call Ohio. CNN has called Ohio for Trump, which is a big one.
That just happened a few minutes ago.
He was up 53 to 42% there in Ohio, so that's a big state. And we're still waiting on a lot of stuff out west. You're going to see Hillary pick up California, obviously, which is a huge bunch of electoral votes for her, and some other states like that. So we've got a lot of election left to elect. Is that a word? Yeah, I can do that.
I don't know.
I just did. Get used to it.
Yeah, he's been working feverishly over here. He's getting actually really excited, and I've been,
because it's almost over.
Well, it could be like a late night. I don't know, but
All right. At what point can we start drinking? What's the rule on
That's
that?
like-
Is that after midnight?
yeah, he just keeps looking at me like I'm like, okay,
Where,
let's go.
Where are the
Let's
martinis
go.
I ordered more than an hour ago?
Yeah,
More than an hour
let's go
ago.
to Matilda midnight. Okay, but
What
everybody
you
else.
can't see here is Jody, who's working extremely hard on a Senate
We're
story.
gonna show you what everyone's doing. I don't care if they
Yeah,
like
Jody
it or
is a hero. He's a man among men. In another life, he would have been probably a barbarian overlord leading his tribe on raping and pilling expeditions over from
and
the.
he doesn't have a cell phone.
Norseman.
Somebody who works in a
Yeah.
newsroom without a cell phone.
He is. He likes things the way he likes them, and he's doing an excellent job.
Jody,
and then,
do you have anything to say?
Oh, good luck, America.
good luck, America, Jody says. And then
Okay.
Ken Barrett over
go.
here. We're gonna. Okay, Ken's gonna tell us what the latest is. He's,
And the heat's not working in here, so I took
Yeah.
someone's jacket.
all right, so
Come on, we'll just stand
Ken, tell us what the
behind you.
latest is.
A lot of people don't like us to show them here.
Oh, okay, Ken's in hiding. He's in the
We got
witness
Georgia
protection program.
showing now.
Okay, so we've got Georgia showing up, and we've got a lot of red there. But I believe we're still waiting on some results from Metro Atlanta. So,
Georgia and Florida.
oop,
They're still waiting for the Miami area and Broward County, and it's a surprise. I mean, they gave Ohio to Trump, and that was a big.
that's a big call. And what are some of the other important states, Ken?
Well, Florida has been, of course, still. They've had 95% of the vote in there, but it's Miami and Broward County, which are too heavy.
Latino. And is that enough to swing the vote, do you think, back toward Hillary?
It's still close. Virginia is a surprise. I think Hillary's ahead there, but it's.
What's
it's a lot
the
tighter than-
margin there?
Let me see real quick.
And that's, her cane.
Yeah, Kane, of course, one of the reasons that you pick a vice president is
Is to-
theoretically he carries, or he or she carries that state that they're from. So you see, Virginia was an important state for the Democrats. That was
Right.
part of the thinking for Hillary in picking Kane. Not that I'm sure he's an excellent guy and has a lot of great ideas that she believes in, but also you want to win the election.
And Michigan and
It's
Wisconsin
usually
are also
Yeah, no,
swinging
that was-
toward Trump, and that's a surprise.
Yeah, those
also.
are typically, those are labor heavy. There's a lot of
Right.
a heavy unionized workforce there, and typically you see those go blue. So for those to go
Yeah.
red, this was something that Trump said he could do, and a lot of people didn't believe he could. But it's looking like. And Dave Flester, talk about labor,
Okay,
talk
yeah.
about business. Dave is going to talk to us. He is our business editor over here,
So
and he's
these-
working on
yeah.
how the market is pricing in. Essentially, what happens, and Dave can talk more about this, is when something looks like it might happen, you start to see that get priced into the market through stock prices going up and down. And,
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You didn't know
Well,
it was coming.
rightly
I'm
or
like,
wrong,
just
rightly or wrongly, the
surprising
market has
people.
perceived that Hillary was going to win.
Yeah.
And had been almost voting for it. So there's been market hates uncertainty. I think there was a sense that Hillary was going to be a more certain, stable voice. Particularly things like the Mexican peso is down about 11% in trading right now because there's a lot of fear that he might repeal NAFTA, that he would try to build a wall and make Mexicans pay for it. So the peso has sort of been a direct relation to how strong or how weak Hillary's campaign has been. So in the wake of what's a closer election than perhaps many thought, it's still a long ways from any kind of decision. But I think the uncertainty or the prospect of a Trump victory has spooked the market. So at one point the Dow was down about the futures. These are not actual trading in the market, but the future trading of what could be on the market tomorrow was down about 720 points over the market, down 4% on overnight trading. Some of the Asian markets are down over 2%. Gold is up 2.5%.
hold that thought for a second. Gardenhire just declared victory over Wilkinson in the 10th district state senate race. We
Okay.
should say.
Okay, you heard Ellis there. He's getting all the updates on his technology.
I'm
there,
sorry, I didn't
so-
mean to interrupt.
No,
Well,
no, no.
Gardenhire, obviously,
Gardenhire declared victory.
that's a race that one time, a district slightly redone. Of course, Andy Burke one time represented, so it did have some Democratic tradition, but it's been a more Republican district, particularly with Bradley County in there. And
Right.
Senator Gardenhauer reelected as
Wilkinson
most
did
would
mount
have
a strong
expected,
challenge.
but it was a spirited debate and contest. But the markets, it's an interesting traditionally, Republicans are more favored by Wall Street and more business friendly, and certainly the tax reforms, lower corporate taxes that Donald Trump has advocated would be more favorable to businesses in their view. But things as trade policies and just the uncertainty of what a Donald Trump presidency would be, and Donald Trump himself has criticized Hillary for being too close to Wall Street. And we're sort of seeing that playing out here. You know, I think there's a sense to which that Wall Street was very comfortable with the Hillary election, and it was interesting. There was a so-called Comey effect right after the FBI director came out with the letter suggesting that they were going to reopen the investigation. For
In the middle of-
nine consecutive days, the market went down. Then on Sunday, when he at the last minute suggested there would be no criminal indictments out of the additional review of the additional emails that they had,
Real quick
the
break.
market went up the last 2 days.
Real quick with not the market, but breaking news. CNN is saying Trump wins Ohio, Clinton wins Virginia.
They are calling it for Clinton and
Yeah.
Virginia. It was still pretty close, but I guess a lot of the precincts are reporting, so they're able to do that.
Yeah, we were just talking about how, Tim Kaine,
Right,
running mate,
right.
Virginia,
Hey, how's it
kind
going?
of expect that. What's up?
We're live right now, by
It's
the way.
okay.
Well, Virginia,
join us?
had been thought to be Clinton territory in the recent weeks, so it's much closer than what people would have thought. At one point, Clinton even pulled out of Virginia, so fairly confident, but with Tim Kaine in the ticket. But it's been closer than they thought. But it is interesting that she now seems to prevail there.
CNN
Yeah.
is very aggressive with its calls. They called Ohio before the Associated Press. They're now calling Virginia before the Associated Press. So, but they also have a lot of computers crunching a lot of numbers. So they get it right more than they get it wrong.
Yeah, and the market volatility this is just based on the moment-to-moment patterns, and Ohio going to Trump is obviously no Republican since the 50 or for a half century or more has won without winning Ohio, but that is a path that he succeeded in doing. Of course, others have done that and not won the overall election. Florida is still key, but it's
What is
interesting.
what is his path at this point? I mean, you've been watching this all night.
Well, I mean, he would have to win Florida and North Carolina, which he apparently has, and without Virginia, he's got to win Iowa, New Hampshire, Ohio, a lot of the swing states, Colorado.
What's going on in North Carolina right now?
Carolina's leaning red at the moment, as is New Hampshire. But again, a lot of precincts are still coming in on those. I don't think they've called those quite yet. So
definitely a late night for everyone, and especially the newsroom and all the
we
financial
were originally
folks.
thinking that we might go home 10:30, 11. It's not looking like that is going to occur.
Yeah, lots of drinks coming ahead.
Could be a long night.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're going
Thank you,
to
Dave.
move on. Thanks, Dave.
Sure.
I'm like patting people on the back, like, it's okay, like, we're all here together. And like I said, I'm wearing this big thing because it's freezing in this newsroom tonight. It's like a chill in the air. Some people say it's fear. That's what I was hearing. Hey guys, we're live. We're live. Hey, what are you working on? This is our education reporter.
We're waiting on the Georgia precincts to end up on the school intervention. So hopefully we'll get enough of an idea.
For Facebook
soon.
people who haven't
Yeah.
clicked over to our site, what is that?
We talked to some teachers actually up on Signal this evening. And
Yeah, well,
brought
this
up-
is in Georgia.
Right, but they were
Yeah.
concerned about, that was...
Oh, yeah, it would be similar to the ASD, which is considering coming here to Hamilton County, which would take the schools under
That's
state
Achievement
control.
School District.
Yes, the Achievement School District. Sorry, it's been a long day. And so it looks like right now that will not happen in Georgia.
Interesting.
what it's
Very
looking
interesting.
like.
Does that
Yep.
mean anything for Tennessee? I mean, could they look at that and say,
I don't really think so. Georgia used Tennessee as an example. A lot of the data they used was skewed, kind of in their argument, but I don't think it'll change the way Tennessee is doing anything. And then we've got 4 precincts to finish in Hamilton County, and then it's a wrap over there.
it's a wrap? Almost. It's a wrap in Hamilton County, but not a wrap for
Nationally.
nation.
What's going on with a school board member who is running for county commission?
Yeah, it looks like Greg Martin has won District 3 seat. So he will be, right now it's looking like, unless something crazy happens, he is our winner. And Paul is over there writing that story.
Hey, Paul.
What does that mean for the county commission, Paul? And for the school board?
And for the potential new superintendent. Because if his vote's out for that, right?
Does that make it a tie vote on the school board? vote?
They'll
I don't know.
appoint someone to take his spot.
Okay.
The county commission will.
Okay, so that will affect
Yep.
the vote on what's moving forward with the
Easy answer, Paul.
superintendent, right? Okay. All right. So they're working. Okay. Thanks, guys. All right. We're gonna continue to move on over here. People see us coming. These guys don't like to be on camera. Hey. Oh, yeah. So everyone's looking up at these TVs. If you can see the monitors right here, everything's still looking pretty close. Okay.
Yeah, they're really looking hard at Florida.
Yeah. I'm from Florida. It always seems Florida's an issue.
Do they have their acts together this time with regards to
Florida-
counting the ballots actually the way they're meant to be counted?
Let's hope so. Hey, does anyone want to say hi?
These are all our hardworking editors. They probably don't want to say hi because they're probably editing about 10 different things right now. We have a deadline, so no matter what the crazy precincts do or don't do, we actually have to get a paper out at at an appropriate time for our readers. A little bit late today, but not.
Yeah, a little bit late.
And this is Rick. He's one of the guys who will be getting the paper out. How you feel about it, Rick?
How are you?
Is it going to happen? Paper's going to go out?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
We
course.
ain't missed one yet.
Every day. We haven't missed a day, have we?
missed a day.
We're not going to start today.
Your front page.
Front page. You guys want to see this live?
Hey,
All right.
America, what's up?
This is Matt. This is Matt McLean.
Playing here.
Our,
You made me laugh. I haven't laughed in a while.
Yeah, we need some
Yeah,
laughing
we
tonight.
need some
It's
laughing.
We need some laughing tonight.
and
Yeah, this is a sneak preview.
This
of
is what
our-
we start with. This
our
is a
A1.
blank page, sort of,
Yeah.
but you've got some flair on there.
Yep, I got a little flair. We're going American and patriotic for tomorrow. We're going to include sort of an election map that sort of tells us how the popular vote went and the electorate. We're going to use a presidential story, and we're going to use a story about the Senate, which is it's kind of been a story of the night so
Yeah.
far. So it's a little preview. So we got to wait till the very last minute. So when midnight rolls around, we're going to make our choice for headline and photo.
That's how the sausage is made.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of have to watch, keep an eye on the Associated Press, New York Times, see what they're doing, and we'll go from there.
So we're just going to push it as close as we can to the deadline and
Correct.
get the latest, the best stuff we can at that moment for the print paper.
That's
And this
absolutely
was
correct.
Today, right?
That is.
Yes, this is another Matt McLean special.
This really was a fight. This is a fight to the finish.
Yeah, that was
still
a
at
prescient
this point.
headline.
Good one. Good one, man. All right, let's go. Let's go to
Thank you, Matt.
where I've
Thanks
been
for coming
hanging
by,
out. I am known to nervous eat. So this room has been cleaned out by all of us tonight.
Is there any pizza left?
There's some. How many pieces did you have?
4 total so
You
far.
had 4 total. Everyone's just kind of been in here taking a little break. We had a lot of pizzas to start with. Yeah. No drinks though.
No
Not
drinks.
even water. What is
got a water
that?
fountain.
Okay, thanks. So yeah, these.
Big thanks to Papa John's for whatever it is, making this delicious pizza for us on this elections eve.
Yeah, it is just a crazy night. We really truly thought we would have more of a solid idea by now, and we're just kind of walking around and getting things done. That's our managing editor in there. She's typing away because she probably doesn't want to say anything to us. Okay. So we're going to go back to our digital little area. And we got to get back out the door once we get an idea of where we're going. We are going to go probably where the winners are, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So as soon as we can get a grasp on that, we will be. Oops. Go ahead.
Here, sit down.
Thank you.
a
I'm
seat.
nervous. We'll be back out. We'll be back out with whoever the new president of the United States is.
Now, I'll tell you who it's not going to be. It's probably not going to be Gary Johnson at this point. I feel like we can comfortably call it and say it's not going to be Gary Johnson. And I don't remember the name of the Green Party candidate. Somebody told me that the other day.
Jill Stein?
Jill's not going to win either. So I'm going to go ahead and I can say with certainty at that point, it will be either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. So for those of you who had that on your presidential bingo scorecard, so far so good for you.
Yeah. Wow. It's a crazy night. So what are we doing now? What are we going back to?
Well, now I'm going to go back to work. The other work that I've got.
I'm going to get on social media.
We've got a
Scary
lot of other
place.
races. I mean, we're talking a lot about the presidential race, but we have a ton of races here, and it's huge news for our Georgia people. BB High School is. I'm comfortable saying that she's not going to win this election against Shannon Whitfield. Bibi has been the sole commissioner in Walker County for as long as I've been here.
It's a shocking night.
And she's not going to be that any longer. So Shannon Whitfield has all but unseated her. Last time I checked, we were waiting on one more precinct, but she wasn't even in second place. She was in third place.
Okay.
So we'll say, sorry, Bibi, tough loss for you. We enjoyed covering you.
Well, it's like we
but-
said earlier tonight,
yeah.
like anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Yeah.
happen.
And it'll be interesting getting to know Shannon Whitfield a little better and learn more about what he's going to do down there. And they've definitely had some ups and downs with Hutchinson, and Bibi's made some tough
Definitely.
calls, in some cases some unpopular calls. So we'll see what he's going to be able to do to turn things around for them. But that's just one taste. You know, we've got, again, Gardenhire. Looks like he's won. He's declared victory. Fleischman has won handily. The AP has called that. And so we've got a lot of races. If you want to keep track,
Greg Martin,
yeah, you can
County
sit here and listen to me
Commission.
rattle them off, or
Yeah, we have all
head
that.
over to timesfreepress.com. We have a whole list
timesfreepress.com.
of races there, and we'll keep updating that until the thing is over.
And we're gonna.
And then tomorrow we'll have more.
Yeah.
And then
we
more the day
might
after
not
that.
sleep tonight.
Yeah.
What did
Jody
we
will,
first-
though. I'm making Jody leave after a while.
You don't want to go out with us?
I want to, but I don't think I'll be able to.
Yeah.
Bummer.
It's only Tuesday. We still have the rest of the week to work. We still got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday. We do it every day, so there's there's no rest. We don't get like a November.
No rest for the weary.
No vacation break. You'll be taking a short. You won't be with us on Friday, though, right?
I have some important interviews in Nashville
Important interviews.
regarding our digital products.
That's right.
So I'll be gaining some insight and also some fun stuff. I get to talk with the Ryman people. Blake Shelton's being a little shaky though on whether his schedule is going to work out.
Come on, Blake.
Celebs.
You know you want to do this.
So I'm looking forward to heading to Music City after all this election stuff is over, but I'm still with you for a couple of days. And tonight, like I said, we're going to go to wherever the winning party is. So that's either at the DoubleTree with the Repubs or Jefferson's with the Democrats. So you're going to see us at either one, and then we're grabbing a martini.
Martini's happening.
Martini is happening.
Either way, and feel free to join us for that as well. We we enjoyed. It's been nice. We've been getting to know people tonight a little bit. I've
Yeah.
been reading some of the comments, and I'm glad you've enjoyed. Some of you haven't, but your suggestions are always welcome. But I don't
Thanks
know.
for the
So keep them coming.
concerns about our attire and everything.
Yeah, you were cold earlier.
It was cold. It was
yeah,
eating.
so thank you.
My hair is back. Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys later.